Alka boys and girls, Dr. Dave here. Thank you so much for joining us. Are there stories that your parents tell you? Today, we are going to be going over the importance of storytelling in Kumeyaay culture. The Kumeyaay are one of the many indigenous tribes that called Southern California and Imperial Valley home long before modern times. A lot of what we know about the Kumeyaay people comes from the stories that they tell. These stories are passed down from generation to generation, and many are still remembered today. Kumeyaay people use these stories to pass on their history and to educate their people to better understand and survive their environment. Instead of going to school, sitting at a desk, using books, worksheets, and tests like we do today, every day was a test of survival for the Kumeyaay. These stories taught the Kumeyaay skills and helped them learn about everyday things, such as plants, animals, and rocks. They also tackled more complicated topics, like astronomy, weather, life, and death. Surviving in the hot desert is not easy. It just goes to show how successful the Kumeyaay were in passing down their traditions and skills so that everyone in their tribes could become masters of the desert. Let's begin with the story that gives us the traditional Kumeyaay greeting, Alka. Alka means hello, welcome, and may that fire within your body continue to glow brightly. It comes from the story of the creation of the sun and the moon, which we will now read to you. The version of the story we are about to share with you was shared with us by Stan Rodriguez, a member of the Santa Isabel Band of Ipai Nation.
After the land was made, there was total darkness, so light was needed. The Creator brothers Yokamut and Tuchaipa agreed they would make light. Tuchaipa, the younger one, said, "I want to go first. I want to do it." Yokamut said, "Go ahead, do it." So Tuchaipa gathered with his hand white clay and rolled it into a ball and blew it into and threw it up into the air. It glowed, but it was dull and became the moon. Tuchaipa felt sad. Yokamut then said, "Let me show you how to do it." He gathered yellow clay and rolled it into a ball and blew into it, and it began to glow brightly and began to become hot, and it burned. Yokamut then put the ball on his thumb, and with his thumb flicked it into the sky, and that became the sun. Tuchaipa was still sad about his creation. Yokamut then told him, "This is what we will do. We will use the moon to light the skies part of the time and call it night. And we will use the sun for part of the time. We will call it day. Some of the animals will live at night and use the moon to light their way. Others will use the sun during the day. The sign of this is the half circle on our thumbnails. Mat'a, our soul, means the fire that burns within our body. The Creator brought light into us, thereby giving us a soul. The Creator also imbued us with the gift of creativity. When we greet someone by saying Alka, is more a blessing than a greeting. What we are saying is, may that fire within your body continue to glow brightly. This is how the sun and the moon were created."
When listening to stories, there are often important messages hidden within the words. For instance, in this story there are two main characters. There are also two main messages. The sun, in Yokamut, are the soul and the light brought into us. The moon, in Tuchaipa, is the gift of creativity within us. This story was a way for the Kumeyaay to explain their values. Of course, in a classroom today, we would open a textbook and begin a lesson. But for the Kumeyaay, word of mouth was the only way to communicate and learn. Even reading this story today, you can find important lessons within. Some of these lessons can be thought of as morals. Sometimes, mistakes can lead to success. You can always learn from mistakes. Everyone is different and uses different things in everyday life. Respect wildlife, animals, and nature. Be grateful for the gifts that you've been given, and the gifts you have within yourself. Make the most out of what you have. We all have creativity within us. We hope that you connected to the story and found it entertaining. By listening to the story, you are listening to the history that helped the Kumeyaay survive and understand life in the desert for over 10,000 years.
We hope that you were inspired by this story to be creative with the nature right outside your door. To help you use this creativity, we have given you a short activity based on the creation story of the sun and the moon. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, Dr. Dave, signing off.